You've been warned, nothing's off the table.
We are going to explore every single inch of the cauldron.
And we do mean every inch.
You've been warned.
All right. Hey, Bianca.
Hi, Steph.
Hi. Oh, man. We are bringing you what we think is a special episode of Very Smart Book Club. We always hope to have a new episode for you every week.
That's right. That is definitely our goal, is to always have an episode for you once a week. But since we're new to this, we're learning as we go. We've had some tech difficulties. Our executive producer, Bo Segrist, has really been doing his darndest to try to figure out our kind of tech stuff that we had going on. Huge shout out to Justin at Data Recovery.
Justin at Data Recovery.
We love you, boo. Come on the show. But that being said, we might not always have something for you every single week, as hard as we have tried to.
Yeah, but we'll give it our best. So for those of you pre-reading any of the episodes, we'll always have about 3 episodes per book, and we'll keep you looped in. So we're going to take a detour today. That's why this episode's special, because we have been reading A Court of Thorn and Roses. But the detour today, we're going to talk ACOTAR fan theories.
That's right. I'm very excited to get into that. And before we do, just want to let you know that we will communicate any changes in the schedule through our social media. So we'll definitely let you know when we're going to hop back into A Court of Thorns and Roses. But I'm really excited to take this detour.
Me too. I'm excited to discuss some fan theories. Let's do it.
It's the Very Smart Book Club.
Very Smart Book Club. Uh-huh. Oh yeah. Very Smart Book Club. Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
All right, Bianca, I thought today to get us rolling on fan theories, there's so many.
Yeah.
And I think you're probably even more well-versed in a lot of the fan theories than I am, but we have some to choose from today. And I thought we'd just kind of have a fun game where we'll spin the wheel and we'll dive into one of the theories that pops up.
I love it.
Okay.
I love it. All of these theories take up so much space in my brain.
Me too.
I'll never learn how to do taxes, but I will be thinking about some of these theories until I die.
What could have been if they were real? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, we're going to spin. Here we go. I thought only fitting that on our spinning wheel today, just so everyone knows, on our spinning wheel today, we have the spinner herself, right? She weaves her weaver's weave. It's the Weaver.
It's the Weaver, baby.
Is our host today for this game.
Striga.
Some of the choices we have is Mora Witch, Reasoned, Are You There? Bryce and Asriel. Hi, Lady Gossip. I never know how to say this.
Bryaxis?
Isbay. Elaine, Are You Surreal? Bryce and Asriel again. Okay, we've doubled up some of these, so let's do it. Here we go.
For those of you that aren't seeing, if you're just doing the audio, Steph has put together a really lovely spinning wheel, and that's how we're gonna choose which fan theory we start with.
Hell yeah.
So I'm excited to spin.
Let's spin, baby. And the first one, Reasoned. I did it already. Reasoned, Are You There? Don't come at me. Reasoned, Are You There? Great. This theory, we don't have to spend tons of time on this theory in particular, but this is, I saw this originally on Throne of Glass memes.
Okay.
And I'm sure it's a widely kind of distributed theory, but there's a line when Feyre's about to shoot the wolf where she says, behind me a shadow lurked, no watched. I didn't dare turn to look at it to see who might be within the shadow, observing, not as the wolf stared at me across the clearing, just staring as if waiting, as if daring me to fire the ash arrow. And the fan theory is that the shadow behind her is Reasoned in that moment.
Interesting.
And that he's there. So I want to know, what are your thoughts?
That's so interesting. I do, as you read that line from the book, I do remember that moment. And she does talk about like an awareness watching her. I mean, Rhys does mention in the iconic chapter, or the prelude to chapter 55 and chapter 54, when he's telling that whole love story, he does talk about seeing these like images of a human woman's life.
Yeah.
So maybe he was like, without even knowing it, like seeing images. So he maybe was there.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I think that I'm with you. At first I was like, well, he didn't mention it in that prequel. He
Yeah.
talked about seeing her paint the dresser and all of that, but he didn't mention the wolf part. I do wonder though, like maybe if it's some future version of himself. Like maybe he doesn't even know that he was there yet.
Interesting.
And it's because of the time travel piece that comes into
like when you say time travel, do you mean like the word gates? Like,
yeah.
Okay. When
Yeah.
they're traveling through realms?
Yeah, traveling through realms and going back and forth.
See, that's interesting. We haven't had like an instance in the series where they do the "I'm you from the future. You have to do this thing."
Right.
So we haven't
had Terminator or whatever that is.
We haven't seen that scene yet. But it is an interesting idea that like maybe he'd be hopping through timelines. See, it's getting like very Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I know. She's got to keep control. Because the other theory I have, and maybe this is really far-fetched, is I wonder if it's Nyx coming from a future realm. That it's a war or something we don't even know yet. And Farah's like, just like with Terminator, he needs to make sure that Farah shoots that wolf. Because other people are messing with.
Interesting. See, and I see that more as like I could see there being more of a push from Rhysand to do that, to be like, Tamlin's not taking enough action towards Amarantha. Like, I gotta goose this.
Yeah, that's
so
good.
He went in there and was like watching her to make sure that she killed Andrus.
Yeah.
So that they could get the ball rolling. Because like Tamlin gives huge procrastinator vibes.
Yeah.
He's been sitting on this whole curse for 49 years and he's like, oh shit, it's due tomorrow.
Just sulking around like it'll never happen. No one will ever love me.
He's probably like pouting to all his friends being like, can you believe how unfair it is that I have to do this trial? But like doing nothing to actually make it happen or to like
yeah,
save
he's
his
like,
friends.
didn't I do enough? Like we didn't have to go under the mountain. We just had to wear these masks.
Yeah. And
the other hole I might throw in this theory is that Rhys doesn't know who she is.
Right.
And so him being there would imply some knowledge of, right? Because like he doesn't know her name. He still.
He does say though that he feels, or that before she was turned and he knew she was his mate, that there was still a pull. So he was convincing himself that he was seeing into her mind because she was vital to the whole plot. So I mean, it could stand to reason that he was reasoned. Could stand to reason that that he was watching her, trying to like push the action forward, not even thinking about her as his mate.
Yeah.
Because at this point, it would still be like, oh, I think I'm seeing images of her because she's supposed to help us.
Yeah. I don't know.
Crazy.
There's something to that. I do think that that's a weird sentence. I didn't dare turn to look at it to see who might be within that shadow.
Yeah. So something's watching her.
Maybe, yeah. It could be the Suriel. We don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go on to another theory, shall we?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's spin that wheel. We're spinning the wheel. Oh, is Mor a witch?
Yes, I love this theory. So I found this theory on the ACOTAR Reddit, and I'm just pulling it up on my laptop here. And I'm just going to read what the theory is.
I love that. Yeah, let's hear it.
So this might have been, sorry, and this is coming from OK Scientist 69 on Reddit.
Okay, Scientist 69.
Shout out, baby.
Woo, we got a person in STEM.
Yeah, we love a smutter in STEM.
Yeah.
So this might have been discussed before, but do y'all think Mor might be a witch? Possibly Crokin with her healing abilities. Crokins also get a red cloak per tradition, and Mor is always wearing red, even in this graphic. Yeah. In a court of Frost and Starlight, when I just see Aquaphas, I'm like, what is it? I know it's like plug and play. Like it could be Fire and Shadow, but that's Crescent City. Anyways. In A Court of Frost and Starlight, Mor's chapter has a line that reads, quote, yes, her blood called to her. Go as far and wide as you can. Go on the wind, end quote. And if we go back to Throne of Glass, Manon has a line where she says, quote, you've never heard the wind calling your name, Elide Loken? never felt it tug at you. You've never listened to it and yearned to fly toward the horizon to foreign lands, end quote. Maybe her blood is calling to her is not quite as the same as the wind, but seems similar enough. Does the book mention anything about when female fae powers manifest? I remember that Morris manifested after her first bleed, similar to witches. Yeah, and then this person also adds, could you explain why she's so quote unquote powerful despite her father being a useless twit? Wonder if her mother has any power. We don't hear much about her.
Yeah, her mom's always sort of in the shadow.
She's mysterious. Yeah, like the only thing we really hear about Moore's mom is that she bans Moore from their like chambers because she like re-broke some of her dad's fingers when he was healing, which is pretty intense. So some of the support in the comments here, somebody, Quality Garbage X says, it's worth noting that Throne of Glass witches worship the three-faced goddess. Right. And in mythology, the Morrigan is often considered a triple goddess, sometimes appearing as a trio of sisters. So there's lots of like parallels, lots of kind of things that reference that. There's 3 Archeron sisters.
Mm-hmm. 3 Valkyrie.
3 Valkyrie. Mm-hmm. Morrigan. Moore was friends with the Valkyrie before. Yeah. There's also, they mention a lot of things about Moore that could fit. Like she has long, brutal iron nails hammered into her. 3 of them, 3 strikes of the hammer.
She has truth, right?
Yeah, she has the power of truth. Some people have theorized that like the power of truth is also the power to withhold it from certain people. So there's that also. I've heard. This is unrelated, but I've seen other theories that Moore is going to be the big betrayer in this next book because apparently Sarah J. Maas has said that there's going to be a big betrayal. Yeah. So we'll see. But and she was marked in her belly just like Astrid was. So it was this. And when I remember when I read this the first time, I was like, this is just like the witch in Throne of Glass who has her womb nailed. Yeah. There's also the part where when in Mist and Fury is the second book. Yeah. Rhys is talking about that Moore is the one he calls when everyone else is dead, which could be the yielding. Ooh. Which is like in Throne of Glass when the witches have, it's like their Hail Mary pass and they like exude so much power that it ends up like killing them also. So it's like a nuclear bomb kind of situation. So it could potentially be that like that would fit. If Moore's the last person you call, it's because there's no other options, and that would be the yielding. Yeah. What are your thoughts?
I was just thinking he kind of did that with Amryn already, right? And that third book battle. Right. Called in Amryn as I'm like, he has so many nuclear bombs.
Yeah, so true. SJM loves a pattern, you know?
Yeah. No, I think this is an interesting one. I think it's an exciting theory because I do think I mostly just feel like Moore has been shrouded in mystery. The other thing I would add to it is one of the Valkyrie and her have like, well, I know one of the Valkyrie likes her. Right. Like every time she comes to the ring, she's like, oh my gosh.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and she is like the girl's girl, you know? But yeah, I say that, but she's been with the bad boys for 500 years, so.
Right. And okay, so the 500 years thing is also a piece of it because it's like parallel timelines with Throne of Glass. Like they're not the same world, but they're happening at the same time. And the Croaken witches, when we're reading Throne of Glass, have been defeated for about 500 years, which is right around the age that our inner circle is. Like Moore is like 530 or 537 or something, and I was in reading comments is where I've got their approximate ages, but like all of the inner circle, Rhys and them are anywhere between like 535 and 537 years old. Okay, so that could line up with the Croaken witch's fall, and like she could be and one of the things they talk about in Throne of Glass is that the Crocan witches went into hiding as healers and like tried to become just like normal members of the community so that they wouldn't be slaughtered.
Let's spin the wheel again.
Okay,
Here we go. Let's do another theory here. Okay, High Lady Gossip. So this will actually touch a little bit of what we've been talking about, but there's kind of 3 theories floating around that I can find. One is that all the sisters are going to become High Ladies of the Night Court, are going to become High Ladies. Feyre of the Night Court, Nesta of the Autumn Court, and Elaine of the Day Court. This comes from the Court Club with, I think it's Gilia. I'm not sure how you pronounce your name, but this is where I first saw this theory, was her explaining this. And the idea is that Nesta will... Inevitably, there's something secretive thing going on with Eris, and that maybe Eris isn't as bad as everyone thinks. He keeps alluding to it over and over again. He's like, don't let them tell you, you know, and that maybe he's like reason that he's had to put on this mask of being bad in order to save people and protect people in his family.
To work within the system.
And so people think that Cassian, because he has thwarted death 3 times, will end up dying in this next book. And Nesta will end up with Eris. No!
I know. I feel like I can hear it in your voice. I can certainly see it in your face, but I can hear how much you hate this.
I hate it. Oh, I hate it. It's one of my least favorite theories. The second theory is from Brianna Brown at Bree.the Bookworm. Nesta will find and uncover the Dusk Court is one of these. And I think it's alluded to when she meets Bryce that she needs to check it. There also, when we go to the prison, one of the monsters says, didn't you hear her name whispered on the wind in that place far away? And then also when they're walking through the prison, they say, we think this used to be a court that has been consumed.
And that's where the Pegasus were and like all of that. And so when they put the prison there, or no, when I'm grasping at this from the corners of my mind, but basically the Asteri that were buried underneath, which are the tombs that they find in Crescent City when Bryce is visiting Prythian, they find Asteri basically that are like that are trapped in these like coffins. So Bryce goes through, there's a door in like one of the, or like in the Asteri's castle mansion thing that's labeled the Dusk. And so it's like this, like Bryce basically travels to the Dusk territory in Prythian. So Nesta has helped her find that. It's the prison.
Okay. Because she's like, Bryce, and then I just was reading excerpts that people have posted, and Bryce doesn't explicitly say Dusk, but so I'm always like, Sarah J. Maas, she's leaving open for do what she wants later on, but I was like, this is definitely alluding to this.
Yeah.
I think I like that theory a lot. The other kind of flip side to this theory is that the betrayal that you were talking about is that and the betrayal I saw that on Bree the Bookworm too, is that the betrayal, what will happen is that Nesta is going to find out the truth about Eris and not side with Mort and Cassian will never leave his friends, and so they're going to break up. Which I like that better than him dying, because there is a world where I'd love to see them in the future, and they've been separated, but the love's still there. But that she does still go on to be the High Lady of the Dusk Court. She discovers it, and the Valkyrie all go there, and the Valkyrie become legitimized with the Dusk Court.
Right. And I've seen that theory as well, and I want Nestian to be endgame. Like I want Nesta and
I want
Cassian
Nestian to be Nastian, you know?
Yes, let's get Nastian with Nestian. Because they have the best sex.
They do. They love dirty talk. Dirty talk. I just love, I more than like enemies to friends, their romance is just that I love their like relationship is so like they're fully their own people separately, and then together they just complement each other so well. And he champions her independence. It's annoying to me, the whole Cassian died 3 times, so he's gonna die theory, because Reasoned has also died.
They
right?
are always
Feyre's also
dying.
died.
Everybody's always dying and coming back. So
Yeah.
like, there's no death is a real death. It's like Fast and the Furious. Nobody stays dead.
Right,
They come
like-
back.
Aaron went in the cauldron. We're like, she's gone. She was the nuclear bomb. Ba-bam.
Yeah, love conquers all, and Feyre's always able to fix it.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that I'm pleading with Sarah J. Maas to keep that.
Let them be happy.
Yeah, give them at least 500 years together, you know?
Yeah. Saw something that was like the true love for Nesta is the Valkyries. Like it's female friendship. It's finding that love of herself.
Mm.
And I do think that's a valid love story on its
Oh,
own.
it's so good.
So if that's what it ends up being, if I would love for Nesta
too.
to end up with no one. Maybe she has consorts. Who
Me
gives
too.
a fuck? And she is the High Lady of the Dusk Court and doesn't have a High Lord.
Yeah, she's Elsa-ing it.
Yeah. She's Elsa.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that is too, like, one of the most beautiful scenes in all the books is when Feyre and her sisters, after the battle, they're, like, laying on the floor together like they used to in the bed. Like,
yeah.
there's so many great themes of sisterhood, and I think the Valkyrie are, like, I'm excited to see what happens with them.
Yeah. The Valkyrie are Nesta's main love, and
Yeah.
Cassian's the side piece.
Let's move on.
Okay.
Let's do another one. Here we go.
Bryce and Asriel. Okay, here we go.
Mhm.
So, as we've been talking about, Bryce and Asriel meet in Crescent City, House of Flame and Shadow, when Bryce goes through the Word Gate and ends up in Prythian. So, some of the things that support this, the theory is that we can make this
Asriel's such a moody teenage boy in his 535 years, huh?
yeah, and he's like kind of nasty,
I
but
know.
okay, so this theory comes from Amy NS on the ACOTAR Reddit, and she says, I apologize in advance for this, as I know it's a complete room divider, but what if Az is a potential mate for Bryce? Not detracting from Hunt. I'm gonna
Qualifier.
Yeah, so many
I don't
qualifiers.
mean to detract.
Listen, nobody yell at me about Hunt. We're all so afraid of being yelled at. Like that is such a core thing for all
of the
of us.
smut world. Yeah.
Please don't yell at us.
Don't
We're
be
just
mad.
bookish women. Not detracting from Hunt. I'm in a camp of people who agree that they are mates, but she's literally moved worlds. Like, could the rule of this universe be one mate per world? And if she's fallen into another one, does that leave the opportunity to find her another mate? Like if you travel to another planet, of course you're going to find someone else you can love, right? I personally hate this theory, LOL, but it would make sense with Bryce stating that Az is, quote, the most beautiful male I've ever seen. They're all the most beautiful anyone's ever seen, and that's my first pushback on this theory.
Why even say it? We know they're beautiful.
We know they're beautiful. And then there's a comment that I felt was like a good. So something that to me bolsters this theory is that their weapons are matching weapons.
Can
Yeah.
1 second? I just one small detour. Truth teller, right? So truth teller's his weapon. Moore tells the truth. I'm just throwing that in a stew. Okay.
Yeah.
Elaine uses that to kill the king.
To
Anyway,
kill the king,
yeah.
right? Let's see. So this is from me ego. There's genuine foreshadowing that Bryce is the heir to the Dusk Court in Prythian, as is Asriel. That's also where the plot is moving. The Asteri are also from Prythian, and in the final chapters of Crescent City 2, Regulus stated that their true goal is to go back there again and exact revenge. Prythian is the true home of the Starborn Fae. Bryce's star literally glows for the ACOTAR world as a result. If she returns back to Midgard, never again to set foot in Prythian, then she'll forever wear a star on her chest that glows for another world.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Sarah J. Maas has confirmed that Hunt and Bryce are endgame.
Okay. I will not lie. The scene in the gym, we've talked about that before. Yeah, sorry.
It's very
It's
hot. It's very hot. And I think
It's
Nesta... Yeah, it is stinky. Ooh. Nesta and Cassian's relationship mirrors Bryce and Hunt quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like one of the big flaws in that relationship is that Hunt really struggles to like commit to being a rebel or to commits to like really, it's because he has so much trauma from the first war and from like being having the crown, like the
Yeah.
crown put on him, that he's like afraid to push back, and Bryce is all gas no brakes. She's
Yeah.
like, I need you on board yesterday. So, and in the last Crescent City book, their relationship wasn't great, and as I was reading it, I was like, these people are not happy together.
I know.
So I don't know.
Like when she, even the book where she takes him, it like opens with him taking her to like the opera or something, or like a
Yeah.
play of some kind. I was like, he doesn't want to go. He doesn't want to be in the suit. He doesn't.
Yeah, like he's complaining about doing the things she wants to do, and I think that's really annoying.
Is there, just because I don't know, is there a
Mhm.
world that these two are related? Shadow Singer and Bryce?
You know,
If they're both Dusk Court.
that's potential. I could see that
I don't know,
potentially
yeah.
being. I mean, if she does, if Sarah J. Maas does want to keep Bryce with Hunt, then there is a world, I think, where they're maybe related and not
Yeah.
necessarily like fated to be mates.
Okay.
I like this image.
All right, let's do another one.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Spinning. Okay, Elaine, are you surreal? I don't have to spend a lot of time on this one. I'll just say, I like this. I like this theory because I have told Bianca so many times. I'm like, I think the surreal is somebody else. Like, I think they're old fairies, or they like die, they age in some way where they become so ancient, or it's a gift that they become a surreal. And here is this is in Dragons in the Details pod with Abby and I think Ronnie. Or you definitely should listen to them. This is the first place I heard it. I love following you guys on Instagram. And the thing is that one of them points out the first thing we learn about Elaine is that she needs a new cloak. And
just like the cereal.
Okay, and then I also was like, she also, like a surreal, can forecast, she can see into the future, and she gives you sort of cryptic information about the future.
Yeah.
And
she finds the cereal.
She finds it. That's what I was going to say, is Farrah, she's able to find it so easily. Yeah. I love that final scene with the cereal.
I love the cereal. The first time I read that, I wept and wept and wept. I love the cereal.
Farrah Archeron, the surreal, said again, gazing at the leafy canopy, the sky peeking through it, a painful inhale, a request. I leaned close. Anything. Another rattling breath. Leave this world a better place than how you found it. And as its chest rose and stopped altogether, as its breath escaped it one last sigh, I understood why the surreal had come to help me again and again, not just for kindness, but because it was a dreamer. And it was the heart of a dreamer that ceased beating inside the monstrous chest. I know.
It's so good.
And Elaine is sort of like that. She has access to the truth and insights, ability to locate other people, hidden, underestimated power. Like, we don't really know what Elaine can do yet. So maybe we'll learn more. But, and definitely in association with the elements. Surreals have power over the primordial elements and an understanding of the universe balance. And Elaine's gentle, nurturing nature and connection to her garden contrasts with Nesta's power of death and destruction. What do you think about this potential? I mean, where the cereals come from?
Where do the cereals come from? I like this theory. I think it's like it could be a cool ending to Elaine's story. I feel like Elaine is the closest like allegorical reference to Cassandra, the seer in like Greek mythology, I think it is. So I think it would be interesting for her to end up, kind of reject the mating bond and end up being like a priestess maybe, and then maybe becomes the surreal.
Yeah,
I don't hate it.
Yeah, let's do another one.
Okay. Yay!
Last one here.
Bryaxis is back. I love Bryaxis. So basically, this theory comes to us from. This theory comes to us from Feyre Darlin. And so let's see. The ACOTAR theory of Bryaxis not returning to the House of Wind library because he's hunting down everyone who hurt the priestesses.
Oh, I hope.
And I think that's just really sweet. Bryaxis loves the library. He likes his home. And he just wants to protect his girlies, He's got all the high priestesses, and he's like, I'm not done getting justice for you.
Is Bryaxis the heart of the house too, or the heart of the house is different?
The heart of the house is different.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's helpful. Okay. Oh, I hope Bryaxis is out there.
Bryaxis is the creature that lives at the very bottom of the
That
library.
Cassian's like, it was the most terrifying thing I ever saw.
He's like, I'll never. No, don't look at it.
Yeah.
And I think it's just really sweet to think
I
of
hope
this like
that's-
creature is just trying to take care of everybody.
I know we've chatted about this, but I think it's so funny how lame all the monsters' requests are. Like, I just want you to tell me one truth, or
Can
somebody
hang out with me
sometimes. Yeah. Can I get a window?
Yeah, can I get a window?
Such easy request.
Ugh.
I do, and
But
then,
it's because nobody ever thinks to ask them because they're just monsters.
they have heart.
They have hearts.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope Bryaxis is out there killing all the people who've hurt the priestesses. I
Yeah.
love that theory.
Yeah, Bryaxis, I hope he's defending me.
Yeah. He's the shadow in the night. I hope he takes care of Tomas for Nesta. Ugh. All right. Last thing we're going to do here is we're going to defend your position. You're going to pick one of your theories, one point of view, and then defend the position that you have.
Okay.
All right. Do you have one in mind? I'm going to put 60 seconds on the clock. You can look into the camera.
Okay. Yes. Get your engines running.
Get your engines running.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
And go.
I believe Moore is a witch because Moore has lots of references to her womb and being nailed. She does wear a lot of red, just like the Crocan witches. The timeline matches up. And if this is a parallel universe thing and we're talking about realm jumping, how hard would it have been for Moore to jump to the timeline with the inner circle and just be like, I'm going to hide here? Or maybe her mom, who is so mysterious, sent her to this realm to be a witch in hiding, okay? And the yielding is just seconds away. And I don't even know if I need the rest of my time.
She doesn't. Crushed it. Okay.
I yield my time.
I yield.
Just like the yielding.
Yielded it. Okay, here we go. This is my plea to Sarah J. Maas. Do not kill Cassian, okay? There's only so many good males in this world, all right? And we're gonna kill the one good one, the one that you finally make good. Okay, come on. All right, you've already tried to kill him 3 times. He's laid open-bellied with his guts out and quickly heals. So why can't we just keep healing him? Okay, they need him to be a foundational character. I will accept if you have to separate him and Nesta for a while, but you know I'll be speed reading to the chapters where they meet again, even if it's a glance. So if you need to use that as a tool, fine. But this is my plea. Do not kill Cassian. Do not kill Nesta. Let them keep living in their world. I yield my time. All right, that's been ACOTAR Fan Theories. Let us know what you think. Bye. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Fairy Smut Book Club.
As always, a special thank you to Improv Asylum and Asylum Productions for their support, Kayla Hutchins for music, and executive producer Bo Segrist from Modern Exhibits.
You can like, follow, and share clips from this episode on our Instagram and TikTok at Fairy Smut Book Club.
You can also email us your thoughts and theories over at fairysmutbookclubpodcast@gmail.com.
Bye, Bianca.
Bye, Steph.